What's up guys, it's SRC bringing you another Modern Warfare 3 gameplay. This time it's a domination on the map Dome, and in this game I'm using the MP7, which I've played quite a bit here over the last Prestige. Probably have about 40 levels into this gun, and I played around quite a bit with the different proficiencies and attachments. I usually like to have rapid fire on an SMG. It seems like it just makes it kind of beastly. But I've tried to just really be patient and not use it on this gun because I don't really like using the attachments proficiency. I like to basically run like range, and on this gun specifically I think range is probably the best proficiency just because it has such low recoil and the iron sights on it are so good that you can really use it almost like an assault rifle at long ranges. And I think that the range will help you with that damage reduction that you normally see over time. So it just takes less bullets to kill people at a farther range than it would without it. And I find that to be pretty valuable. And the gun does have a pretty good rate of fire on it just out of the box. And so I'm not using the rapid fire, but extended mags is definitely important because I find myself getting into multiple gunfights pretty often, especially in this game on a close quarters map. And you can see here I make a mistake. I go for the two-piece here instead of taking out the guy that was coming towards me. And you can see that I started to aim the missile towards him and then got a little bit greedy there. On Dome, it's just so hard to call in kill streaks where you're in the laptops without getting killed. And there I just was hoping, I guess, that somebody would walk past me and not look down there. But that wasn't the case. They got me. So you'll see there's, I think, a couple of areas in this game where I actually could have improved or had an even bigger game than I did. And right there, I actually heard that guy coming, and so, I didn't mean to like camp that corner just waiting. I actually heard the guy coming, and so I wanted to be in a good position to get him and kind of catch him off guard. And that's, what this game is all about. It's putting yourself into gunfights where you're at an advantage over somebody else. And right here, I go to call in my Predator missile, and I was debating doing it right there. I had a teammate, but I just figured if he died, then I would probably die too, and it looked like he did die, so it was probably a good choice. And this is actually the spot on the map where I like to call in the kill streaks. Right behind that desk there. It's a pretty low traffic area. And here I have no idea how I get two people. I only saw the one on the map, but there must have been another one coming into the picture there. And so, now I've got that to that point where I've got the attack helicopter up in the air, 2 more kills to get a Reaper, and so I usually play pretty conservatively. And in this game, you'll see most of what I do is trying to figure out exactly where the enemy's going to be and what direction they're heading. And so I don't want to get caught off guard or run into the whole team by myself, but I want to have a good idea of where they're at. So, a lot of times you'll see me just kind of pause or hang back. And right here, I don't see any red dots on the map. They said we were losing C, but even when my teammates go in there, I don't really see them too much. And so, I waited. That delay allows me to realize that somebody's going to be coming back to B here and go and get that kill, and now that they're really pushing A, not C. So if I had just run into C, I'm going to be with all my teammates. We might have lost B there. And so sometimes it's just patience and understanding the map and where people are going. And the Reaper here can be pretty good on this map, just depending on if they're in buildings or not. And you'll really see the weakness of that new system. Like right there, that guy just spawned. He didn't have the red marker around him yet, so I could just get a hit marker because they have that extra health. And you can see here too, I think I get a kill here. Now you can see people spawning at the bottom, immediately pulling out their launchers to shoot me down, and I just get hit markers on both of them. Luckily I blew up a barrel which killed one of them, but I just really hate the fact that they get that extra health. They can just throw up their launchers and shoot you down right away. I really think that if you earn the kill streaks, you should be able to get the kills with them. And so there I get a nice double kill at the end. So that was a pretty productive Reaper. If they all went that well, I'd be pretty happy. And then again here, it's just kind of pausing to just take a look at the map, realize where are people, where are they headed. So you can tell from the map there's some right out here, and this is just bad shooting. I don't really know what happened here. So I just try to blow up the car to get them there. But I can tell from the map they're running basically from A over to Dome. And on this map, the thing I've found too lately is that I really don't like going in that bunker, that C bunker, and I really don't like pushing the bottom dome either. It just seems like I get most of my deaths in those two spots. I don't usually die too often in B, or even when I'm pushing A. you know, that like that bunker there, there's just some bad sight lines. It's just a little difficult. And so I like to stay between B and A most of the game. And I know that that's kind of contrary to what other people think. You know, most people like to, you know, try and spawn trap at A. And, you know, that works out pretty well. But I definitely like to rush into A. I just think that just the way these canisters or trailers are lined up, you can get, you know, some pretty good jump on people. So, I mean, I personally like to hold A. I'd like to rather have them pushing into this area. But, you know, and C is just one of those things that I just don't like going down there to try and defend it. I mean, I will if I need to, and I usually do, but it just doesn't lead to giant games. And, you know, so here, I can't believe that I died there. I think that that was just kind of lack of awareness. I should have understood they were coming a little bit quicker. And then there were two guys with FMGs, which is usually a losing battle. And so here I take out the AH-6. You know, that's usually my priority because I haven't been running blind eye anymore. And so usually my priority is to take down air support when I can. I've been shooting down a lot of air support lately, which, you know, I think it actually is a pretty good thing to do, just because it does give you that extra point streak. And, you know, it's certainly frustrating. I mean, I know I get frustrated when people shoot down my air support right away. And so, you know, it's just something I've been doing lately. You know, I'm not going to be one that just sit there and get killed over and over and over by the same airstrike, so, or the same air support. And so now here you can see they're coming out of Dome, pushing into A, and I can hear them in there. I know they're in there, and so I just, again, want to kind of put myself into a spot where I can, you know, put myself into a better position. And I'm kind of breaking, you know, what my cardinal rule on this map was, is to not try and do that. And that's why I just always feel like I'm getting people behind me. That circular area in the dome, I seem like I always lose track of people, and they're coming out the other side when I anticipate them going around the other way. And it just kind of leads to a lot of deaths. I mean, you know, you certainly get a lot of kills in there. So it's kind of a trade-off. In most games, you know, I'll take the trade-off of getting a couple kills to a death, you know, anytime. But, you know, we're winning this game pretty handedly. It just doesn't seem like there's really any need to take any extra risks. And so at this point, I'm just kind of, you know, hanging around, just trying to defend the flags that we have and keep them pinned back. You know, my preference here is to keep them in C like this. But, you know, that changes throughout the game here. And so now the game is starting to wrap up. You know, I'm just trying to get one more kill streak together here before the game ends. And so we decide to just go down here. I see my teammates are coming down here. I decide to go ahead and just get the triple cap and get the game over with, since, you know, we've taken it pretty well here. And now I see that they've taken A, so I think they probably spawned bottom dome, and instead of coming this way, went to A. And you can see that there's quite a few here in the dome. And I actually learned my lesson from before. I take out the guy who's coming after me. I probably could have got two if I put that in the doorway of the dome, but instead, you know, I took out this guy. And so I heard from my teammates that they were starting to push to C, and so I just kind of wanted to wait and get that kill, because again, if I run out there and die, we're probably going to lose that objective. And if I already know they're coming, there's no point in you know, putting myself at a disadvantage. And so I see this guy in the dome here. I'm not exactly sure where he went, which is kind of funny, but I just run out here anyway. And, you know, then I end up coming around the corner here, getting my last Reaper. It doesn't really do too well. They all end up spawning in B, and you can see that most of them are just going to be stuck in the B building here after I get, I think my teammates get that. I think my chopper steals a kill from me. And then, you know, they're all in the B building. So that wraps this game up. My final score was 49-5. A pretty good game, but like I said, I think there were some opportunities where I could have got another Reaper, you know, once or twice throughout the game. So it could have been really huge. But that's about it for this gameplay. I hope you guys like this. I hope you kind of learned my insight on how I play the map Dome. And other than that, I will see you guys in the game.